In the Keith Thurman Manny Pacquiao fight, I think it's Katie Abdu was doing an interview with Sean Porter and Errol Spence. And during that interview, and I don't have it because if I had the footage, I'll put it up here right now. But if somebody recorded the whole fight, they will have this footage. But other than that, I don't see no place that you can get it, and I haven't seen anybody upload it. So, Errol Spence was talking about his upcoming fights. And in that very interview of the Manny Pacquiao Thurman fight, Errol Spence said in a nutshell that he's going to make you wait for the Terence Crawford fight like Floyd and Manny Pacquiao made you wait for their fight. If you do not believe me, go back, watch the fight, speed it up to the point where they was getting interviewed with Katie and listen to that whole conversation. And in that conversation, he tells you, I'm going to make you wait like you guys waited for Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather fight because that's what makes it a big money fight. I'm paraphrasing, of course. But if anybody can go back and find this footage, or if you recorded the fight, or if you whatever, it's right there. You guys watched the fight just like I did. Now that came out of Errol Spence's mouth. So I say that to say this. Don't look for him to fight Terence Crawford no time soon. Not in the next 2 or 3 years for sure. He's not fighting Terence Crawford no time soon. That's going to be his last exiting fight. Period. So everybody talking about you want to see a showdown, want to know who's the best in this division. You're not going to get it. Okay, so don't let nobody sell you no pipe dreams. Don't let Leonard Ellerby tell you, yeah, we're close. Yeah, we make no. They're not close. They're not making that fight for some years. Okay, that's what that means when he said, I'm going to make y'all wait, or it's going to be like a Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather situation. That's exactly how he described his situation with him and Terence Crawford. So he's telling you he's not fighting Terence Crawford no time soon. Okay, is it fear? Is it business? I believe it's business more than it is fear, but I still have a problem with it because you still want to see the best fight the best. And the problem with that is, as Andy Ruiz has been a testament to show you, somebody can lose in that process. And guess what? You'll miss out on a big money fight. Like I always got to keep reiterating. Look at the Joshua Deontay Wilder fight. That fight has lost its luster. It has lost all of its gas. It has lost all of its steam. Okay? Who's dying to see that fight now? Nobody. You don't even hear nobody talking about that. They just trying to figure out where this debacle is going to land. You know what I'm saying? After Joshua fights Andy Ruiz, we just going to figure out where we're going to go from there. But nobody's looking forward to that fight anymore. So you can take this same situation with Terence Crawford and Errol Spence. Errol Spence can take a loss. Terence Crawford can take a loss. And then what happened to that super fight? And then what happened to all that money? I don't think what Errol Spence is paying attention to, he needs to survey the landscape and what's going on with other people. You just watched Deontay Wilder lose $120 million. You just watched him do it. Okay? And you mean to tell me you're going to try to implement the Al Heyman plan too? That's just not intelligent. You know what I'm saying? That's just not. Now, give and take, I understand you got to stretch your boxer's career out because it may not be that many bodies, but leave it to Errol Spence. You got all the people in the world to fight. You know what I'm saying? What I don't get is why you guys got to stretch out these fights, right? Why you got to stretch out these fights that we want to see when I can use somebody as a template like Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez didn't have to do that. He was fighting good, rememberable, career-defining fights when he was young. I mean, he's still young now, but Canelo didn't drag no fights out. You know what I'm saying? He didn't drag it out. Triple G and Canelo Alvarez, that wasn't really dragged out. It wasn't. He didn't drag out to fight no Floyd. He didn't drag out to fight no or any other of those Hall of Famers that he got on his list. He didn't drag none of those fights out. He fights them. You want to know why? Because he believes in his skill set. To me, when you do stuff like that, you don't believe in your skill set. That's why I said Anthony Joshua come fight back in America. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't, that tells me you don't believe in your skill set. Andy Ruiz, the fact that you don't want to go fight, I mean, he's already fought in America. The fact that you don't want to go fight over there in the UK, that lets me know you don't have faith in your skills. You don't think your skills is enough to do the job. That's what that lets me know. So when you talk about dragging out a fight for a big money payday and all this stuff, yeah, is it strategic and financial something? Yes. You know what I'm saying? But most of that is, you know, you can lose. So let me save this till I've made all the money that I can make. And if I lose, I lose. But it won't matter because I'm at the end of my career anyway, and I'm already headed out the door. That's what that plan is. It's a safety net. Okay? It's an insurance policy. You know? But people want to see the best fight the best when you're young, not when you're old. And another thing I want you to pay attention to. I don't know if it was that interview or another, but one of the interviewers turned to him and said, "So, Errol Spence, do you think we can now finally return to when the best fighters was fighting the best fighters?" And then he goes on to answer the question. All these interviews is on the Pacquiao fight. Like I said, I ain't got the footage. That's a damn shame. Do you know what he just said? That today's era of boxers do not fight the best. When a commentator looks at Errol Spence and say, does it look like we're going to return to when the best fought the best in their prime? That lets you know the last time the best fought their best in the prime was the golden era, was the throwback years, okay? Was not this era of boxing, was in the 90s, okay? That's the last time the best fought the best in their prime, okay? And it's even shaky in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? And even some of the 2000s. But when a commentator can look at you and you call yourself the champ, the one reigning supreme over everything, and he look at you and say, do you think now we can start finally expecting for the best to start fighting the best again? That lets you know the state of boxing and where it has been. And these new era boxers ain't worth a damn. But as always, my thoughts, leave yours in the comment section. Bruce Vane, I'm out.